Do you ever sit there and feel like you wish?
Welcome back to The Life with the Browns. Today, we dive deep into the shocking courtroom drama that has left Sister Wives fans reeling. Cody Brown recently informed Robyn that he could no longer manage the idea of living under the same roof, or even managing the legacy of Coyote Pass in the way fans had imagined. Robyn, often seen as the last to abandon the dream, officially resigned from any claim to the property, marking a historic turning point for the Brown family. Cody's public apology in court shocked the audience, a rare moment of accountability from a man long criticized for favoritism and detachment. The judge's decision to restore the property deeds to Janelle and Meri Brown not only upended Robyn's plans, but also signaled a possible reclamation of power and dignity for the original wives. Fans, who have watched the family's polygamous harmony unravel over years of tension, betrayal, and emotional neglect, were treated to an emotional spectacle that felt both inevitable and stunning. This court ruling represents not just the return of land, but the restoration of a moral balance that had long been tipped in favor of Robyn. The Brown family's narrative has always been one of complex relationships and public scrutiny, but this latest development underscores the consequences of broken trust, mismanaged power dynamics, and unchecked favoritism. As Robyn walked away from the courtroom, her expressions of sorrow and relief mingled in ways that spoke volumes about her recognition of the turmoil her actions had caused. Cody's apology, heartfelt and strategic, laid bare the emotional fractures that had accumulated over decades. It wasn't just land at stake, it was the family's legacy, and for once, the OG wives had emerged victorious, leaving fans across social media platforms buzzing with reactions ranging from validation to astonishment. This is the moment that many had been waiting for, a resolution that finally acknowledged the sacrifices and contributions of Janelle and Meri, and a reminder that justice, however delayed, had arrived. The story of Coyote Pass began in 2018 when the Browns, seeking to establish a sprawling family compound in Flagstaff, Arizona, envisioned a utopia where each wife had her own home while maintaining communal spaces for their many children. The dream, however, began to crumble as Christine departed the family in 2021, followed by rising tension among Cody, Janelle, and Meri. Financial pressures, emotional neglect, and a perceived favoritism towards Robyn intensified the discord. Rumors that Robyn might someday claim the land as her personal domain fueled resentment, particularly as Janelle and Meri felt excluded from critical decisions regarding property they had partially financed. Years of simmering dissatisfaction finally boiled over in the courtroom, leading to Robyn's unprecedented legal surrender. Sources close to Robyn report that while emotionally distraught, she made a conscious choice to relinquish her claims, understanding that continued contention would only deepen the family's fractures. The courtroom, filled with officials, legal teams, and family members, witnessed a dramatic reversal that no one had anticipated. Robyn's voluntary relinquishment marked the end of a prolonged saga, one that highlighted not only her complicated relationship with Cody, but also the long-standing grievances of the original wives. The legal documents submitted reflected weeks of negotiation, compromise, and the delicate balancing of emotions that had long governed the Brown family dynamics. Robyn's decision, though painful, was also an attempt at redemption, signaling her desire to step back from the role of the perceived villain in a story that had captivated millions of viewers worldwide. This surrender paved the way for the court to address the injustices faced by Janelle and Meri, restoring not only property, but a measure of dignity that had been denied for years. The courtroom drama became a stage where accountability, betrayal, and reconciliation collided, delivering a spectacle that was part legal procedure, part emotional theater, and entirely unforgettable. Cody Brown's courtroom apology was unprecedented. For years, he had faced criticism for emotional detachment and favoritism, yet on this occasion, he openly acknowledged his failures. "I made promises I didn't keep," Cody admitted, his voice carrying the weight of years of mismanagement, broken trust, and unspoken grievances. He confessed to allowing relationships with Janelle and Meri to erode, to lack of transparency regarding land matters, and to emotional neglect that had caused deep hurt. Witnesses reported tears from Meri and visible emotion from Janelle as Cody spoke, creating a rare moment of vulnerability for the patriarch. The court, after considering financial records, testimonies, and property agreements, ordered the immediate restoration of deeds to Janelle and Meri, solidifying their legal claim and giving them full authority to develop, sell, or manage their parcels as they saw fit. Fans erupted on social media, expressing vindication and jubilation at the long-awaited justice. Reddit threads and Twitter posts highlighted a sense of closure, with viewers praising the court's decision and acknowledging the long-overdue recognition of Janelle and Meri's contributions. Even former cast members subtly commented, signaling a rare alignment of public opinion and family accountability. Christine's cryptic online remarks hinted at satisfaction that the truth had finally emerged, reinforcing the sense that this moment represented not just legal resolution, but an emotional reckoning. The courtroom, in its stark formality, became a symbol of moral justice, where righting past wrongs took precedence over personal animosities. For fans, this represented a turning point in the sister-wives saga, one that underscored the power of perseverance, the inevitability of consequences, and the enduring significance of integrity in familial relationships. Robyn Brown's surrender has ignited intense debate over whether she can restore her public image. Historically seen as Cody's favorite and accused of sowing discord, Robyn's legal decision may alleviate some criticism, but cannot erase the perception of her role in the family's unraveling. Sources describe her as both relieved and heartbroken, burdened by years of public scrutiny and the emotional weight of fractured relationships. Her departure from Coyote Pass is viewed as a strategic retreat, intended to allow space for healing among Janelle, Meri, and herself. The complex interplay of guilt, responsibility, and public perception makes it uncertain whether Robyn can truly rehabilitate her reputation among fans. While some acknowledge her willingness to relinquish claims as a gesture of accountability, others point to lingering resentment over her past actions, noting that legal compliance does not automatically translate into moral absolution. Robyn's narrative remains fraught with contradictions. Her sorrow at leaving is tangible, yet her previous behavior continues to cast a shadow over her intentions. Analysts suggest that while the court's resolution provides closure for Janelle and Meri, Robyn's redemption arc is only beginning, and its trajectory will depend on her future actions, public statements, and personal growth. The courtroom may have concluded the legal battle, but the emotional and social repercussions are far from over, leaving fans to speculate on the long-term impact of her decisions and the potential for genuine reconciliation. Cody Brown's path toward redemption is equally complicated. His apology, while sincere, is scrutinized by fans and critics alike. Is this a genuine acknowledgement of wrongdoing or a calculated effort to preserve his public image? Observers note that Cody retains legal connections to portions of Coyote Pass and continues to reside with Robyn, signaling that his transformation may still be incomplete. Rebuilding trust requires more than words. It demands tangible efforts to repair damaged relationships with his adult children and former wives. Despite this, Cody has demonstrated willingness to engage, particularly in attempting to reconnect with his older children, who have long felt marginalized in the wake of his focus on Robyn. Episodes from Season 19 of Sister Wives reveal tense interactions where Cody strives to find common ground, yet Robyn's interference complicates these efforts. This dynamic underscores the challenges inherent in balancing past mistakes, current responsibilities, and the need for authentic reconciliation. Fans are left questioning whether Cody's remorse will translate into meaningful change or remain a fleeting acknowledgement, as his actions continue to be filtered through the lens of his relationship with Robyn. Janelle Brown's journey post-divorce has been transformative. Having spent decades investing her time, energy, and finances into the Brown family, she now enjoys autonomy and stability. The restitution from the Coyote Pass sale has provided her with the resources to establish a new home in North Carolina, close to her married daughter. Through the development of her property and engagement in new business ventures, Janelle has reasserted control over her life, embracing financial independence and personal growth. Her experiences underscore a larger narrative of resilience among the original wives, highlighting their capacity to thrive despite years of marginalization and emotional neglect. Janelle's achievements resonate with fans who have followed her struggles and victories, offering a blueprint for empowerment and recovery in the aftermath of familial and financial upheaval. Her proactive steps to cultivate a secure, self-determined future mark a stark contrast to earlier periods of dependence and uncertainty, emphasizing the significance of agency in the recovery process. Meri Brown's story parallels that of Janelle, yet with unique emotional contours. Remaining emotionally tethered to Cody long after their separation, Meri faced both legal and personal obstacles in reclaiming her stake in Coyote Pass. The court ruling restored not only her financial rights, but also provided legal avenues for development or sale, granting her agency that had been previously denied. Meri's statements reflect a cautious optimism, acknowledging the end of a difficult chapter while embracing new possibilities. Her trajectory highlights the intricate interplay between personal resilience, legal recourse, and the pursuit of autonomy. As Meri navigates her post-divorce reality, she exemplifies the complex emotional landscapes faced by women in plural marriages when familial structures collapse. The victory in court represents a symbolic and practical reclamation of identity, resources, and dignity. The broader Brown family dynamic has undergone a seismic shift. With Christine, Janelle, and Meri having departed, and Cody and Robyn now in monogamy, the structure that once defined the family is fundamentally altered. Tensions that once simmered beneath the surface have erupted into public scrutiny, exposing fault lines in communication, trust, and emotional prioritization. Episodes from Sister Wives Season 19 illustrate these fractures, showing both the challenges and opportunities inherent in post-polygamous restructuring. Fans observe the evolution with a mixture of fascination and empathy, recognizing the human complexities underlying what is often presented as mere entertainment. The narrative arc from polygamous unity to monogamous isolation serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the consequences of imbalance, favoritism, and neglect in familial hierarchies. The restored agency of Janelle and Meri contrasts sharply with Robyn and Cody's ongoing adjustments, highlighting the divergent paths that emerge when foundational trust is compromised. Financial considerations remain central to the Brown family story. Coyote Pass, once envisioned as a shared family sanctuary, became a battleground for legal and emotional control. The resolution of ownership stakes not only addresses past inequities, but also provides tangible resources for the women to rebuild their lives. The sale of portions of the land has facilitated financial stability for Janelle and Meri, empowering them to invest in property, businesses, and personal projects. These developments reflect broader themes of restitution and empowerment, demonstrating how legal intervention can correct long-standing imbalances and enable personal growth. Social media reactions highlight the significance of these outcomes as fans celebrate the restoration of fairness and the emergence of female autonomy within a previously male-dominated family structure. The financial recovery of the original wives symbolizes not only material gain, but also the reclamation of narrative authority and self-determination. As the dust settles, the future of the Brown family remains uncertain, but charged with potential. Will Cody and Robyn successfully navigate their monogamous relationship, or will unresolved tensions resurface? Can Janelle and Meri fully embrace their independence while maintaining selective familial connections? The courtroom closure of Coyote Pass marks the end of a legal chapter, but the beginning of new personal narratives, each shaped by resilience, accountability, and ambition. Season 20 of Sister Wives, alongside potential documentaries and spin-offs, promises to explore these evolving dynamics, offering fans insight into both the consequences of past actions and the possibilities of future growth. The empowered journeys of Janelle and Meri stand as testament to the enduring significance of justice, agency, and emotional fortitude, while Robyn and Cody's ongoing adjustments serve as a reminder that reconciliation and self-awareness are lifelong pursuits. The saga of the Browns, once defined by unity and conflict, now moves toward redefinition, balancing closure with the promise of new beginnings and illustrating the complex interplay between family, love, and accountability in the public eye.